Welcome back, everybody, to the Cirque Show 24/7. This is season 2, episode 1 of ABC's Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. entitled Shadows. So let's get right into it. Alright, guys, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is back, full force. And it came out swinging. Just right out the back, let me just tell you, I really enjoyed the season premiere of season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They delivered. They had a lot of action, a lot of new characters. Just it looked different. It felt different. So I don't know. It just felt like they revamped the show. It felt like they because they got a lot of criticism with season 1. Now, I was one who really enjoyed season 1. It had its ups and downs, but throughout the first season, I still enjoyed it. But it did get a lot of complaints from a lot of people. A lot of people had certain issues with certain episodes, and it was just very disjointed for the most part. So I felt like the writers, the directors, the actors, they all kind of listened to that feedback, and they all kind of really stepped up their game. So, and it shows with this first episode of season 2, and that's what I like about getting that first season out the way. You know what I mean? Because Arrow did the same thing. Arrow had that disjointed season 1, but when season 2 came, it was full force. And this is how season 2 of Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. looks like. It's going to be full force, and it looks like it's going to fix some mistakes. So yeah, I was just really excited to just watch this. I saw it twice. What's so great about it is what's so great about like the Marvel MCU and like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It directly ties into the movies and stuff, and it has like these repercussions and stuff. So that's what I think is just a very rare type of TV show, because this has never really happened before, where it directly ties into these movies and stuff, and you really get like this extra added bonus of of storytelling, and that's what I really enjoy about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So this episode, we get to see this new team. We have like the director now, Phil Coulson, and him really struggling with his like new role, trying to rebuild S.H.I.E.L.D. is a very interesting plot for this entire season 2, and you can tell that he's really struggling with these very hard calls and stuff, and he wants to pick the right people. So he's like flying to these remote locations to like handpick these people who he can trust, because last season it all kind of crumbled under his feet, with Hydra coming out and S.H.I.E.L.D. being collapsed and people like turning on him, and you have like this war situation. So him being the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. now is a good look for him. I mean, the only thing that kind of sucks about it is that he's got to take a step back from like the action and stuff like that, and really he's got to be like he's got to be the director. So that's the only like downside to this. So hopefully hopefully he gets to still step into and get some of this action. But I think what I really like about this premiere is that we have this brand new team, and it's a lot of them. We get introduced to this brand new team. One being Lucy Lawless, who is, I'm just a big fan of hers. Like Xenon. The Warrior Princess, from Spartacus, from Parks and Rec. I mean, she's just awesome. I love her. So I was super excited for her to be on this episode. But oh man, I don't know what they did, but they promoted her, or they highlighted Lucy Lawless like she was gonna be in the series and stuff, and just having that one and out like episode, it really broke my heart. So hopefully we get like flashbacks of her, because I was super excited to have her on there, and she did a great job. But just having her die at the end, or supposedly die at the end, was just a very big letdown for me. So that was probably one of my only like minor quibbles of this episode, is that you have a great actress like her, and I don't want them to waste it on like a one-off episode, you know what I mean? Because she's so great as an actress, and she delivers so much. I don't want them to just have like this one-off on her and we never see her again. So I think that's just a waste of talent. They could have found any other actress to play that part, and they could have gave her a bigger part if if she just has that one-off episode. So that's my little rant there. But yeah, like I said, we get to introduce this brand new team and these brand new cast of characters. And what I liked about this brand new team is, and what I kind of had issues with season one, and I feel like they fixed it with season two is, I didn't really believe the season one team. You know what I mean? I didn't really believe like that whole Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that first team. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like they were threatening enough. I didn't feel like they were like badass enough to really get stuff done. You know what I mean? They didn't like. The only one I really believed in that team was like Melinda May. That's the only person I really believed like was the badass of that. Like without Melinda May, you don't get a season two because they all would have probably died. That's just my opinion. But this season with this brand new team, I just feel like they're just a better rounded type of team, and even though like granted like half of them died towards the end, at least I'm assuming half of them died towards the end, I just feel like they're a better well-rounded team. And they put more of an imposing fact when it comes to their enemies. So I just like that they stepped up their game with their team, and I super duper like Trip and Sky, and Sky looks a lot more badass. I wasn't the biggest fan of Sky in season one, but it looks like she bulked up a little bit. She was hitting the gym with Melinda May, so she looks a little bit tougher. He's always been cool, so he was just a great addition to season one of towards the end of season one. So I just like that they look tougher and they look more badass. And you have Melinda May. She's taking more of a leader role, like a secondary leader role, now that Coulson is now director. She's kind of leading this team, and that's what I like, because she's like the only one that's really fit to lead this kind of team. So I like that she's kind of she's still Coulson's like second in command, but she's kind of risen up in the ranks and she's being more of a leader instead of a loner. She's more just like, she does her own thing. She's like the lone wolf, but now she's being more of a leader, and she's kind of taking Sky under her wing, and that's what I like, because her and Sky had a lot of issues in season one, but you can tell that her and Sky are kind of getting along and stuff. Now, this episode, I really enjoy like the whole flashback, because it's kind of a back end pilot for Agent Carter, Peggy Carter, that's coming out during like the first break of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I really like that, and I really like they had Dum Dum Dugan and stuff in there. So that was just really, really cool. It was very short, but it got the job done. It gives you like a little backdoor pilot and reintroduce you to this character who's about to get her own like little spin-off. So I really enjoyed like that, and you see like in the beginning that she's in the process of trying to take out the rest of Hydra. You know what I mean? She's trying to take out the rest of Hydra. She ends up getting like this, they end up securing like this big artifact, very secretive, and they're trying to just keep it safe, and it's been safe for it's been safe for a long time, and they end up capturing it. But now you have these people who wants this ancient artifact, and it does like this weird stuff. I don't know if it's like Kree type of technology or what, but it looks really, really interesting, because when Lucy Lawless' character touches it, her hand immediately just starts to deteriorate and dies. And I thought it was just very interesting that she couldn't like release it, and it felt more like, I don't know if they're going to do this because it's in the TV show, but I feel like it's an Infinity Stone in there, or like a gem or something that's in there, because it was very reminiscent of Guardians of the Galaxy, when that one girl started touching it, and the collector's assistant, who was like pink, she touched it, and like all this power, and it felt like she couldn't release it either. So it felt like something like that. So maybe it's like an Infinity Stone like in that little artifact or something. But it's very interesting, because you have a lot of people are really trying to get at it, and you have we get introduced to Absorb Man, and it's like 12-pack, and he's just ripped and stuff, and he was just a very cool character. You could tell that they stepped up their visual effects because everything looked really, really cool. He looked really, really cool, and the way he can just transform his body to any kind of material that he touches and stuff, he looked really cool, and he was a very cool little villain, you know what I mean? So hopefully we get to see him a lot more of him because he's very interesting and he looks really cool, and the way they shot him in there and the way he moves around and stuff, it looks really cool. So I was super excited to see Absorbent Man because he kicked a lot of ass, and I really, really liked it. I love the fact that they're taking more of a serious tone instead of like the very goofy tone that season 1 had, but they still spring a little bit of the goofiness, especially with Phil. You have to. So I think that it's going on the right path. But let's talk about what we all wanted to talk about. Fitz. Oh man, that broke my heart. Now, I in the beginning of season 1, I wasn't the biggest fan of Fitz and Simmons, but they won me over towards like the middle half of season 1, and I really do love him. So once he got that brain damage and stuff, and during season 1 from Ward and stuff, it was just heartbreaking, and you didn't know if he was dead or not. So when you see him, you get happy, but that reveal of him just kind of just losing his mind and just talking to Simmons and stuff when she's not really there, it was just heartbreaking. And I think that's going to be a very interesting subplot, and how he's going to try to find his way back into like real reality, and like him struggling and stuff to like find words and to really concept like what's around him. I think that's going to be really good to just see him kind of pull his way back. So I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him, but it was just very heartbreaking. Ward, he looks super interesting now. Like he wasn't interesting at all to me until like the last like probably 6 or 7 episodes when he got revealed to be Hydra. So he's just interesting now. He looks badass. He's got the beard. He looks super, super crazy. So hopefully we get more of him and Sky just interacting. I don't want them to like fall back in love. I would hate if Sky falls back in love with him out of some miracle. I would hate that. But I just like their interaction, and he still knows a lot about Sky's father, so hopefully we get to see more of that. But overall, I really, really enjoyed this episode. What did you guys think about the season premiere of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D? So please like this video, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought. Please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Please go to my Facebook fan page and subscribe. It really would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to, get back into the game, and I'm trying to get back into the game. So I'm trying to answer comments and stuff. So if you have like suggestions and stuff, please let me know. I really do appreciate all the feedback and stuff. If you haven't checked out my Gotham review, please go check that out. That's up too. And thanks guys again. And this is the Search Show 24/7. Be easy.